What is going on, guys? It is Brickgeneral here with another video, and man do I love the Xbox. It's so amazing how Microsoft crammed so much into this small of a system and made it to be the best system ever. Phil Spencer, you truly are a god among men. I could just go on forever talking about Xbox, playing Xbox, and loving Xbox.
Dude, what the flippity heckin' heck are you talking about? Of all the gaming companies that make games right now, you would praise Xbox like a god?
Well, yeah. And how did you get here?
Dude, fourth wall things. Remember, we can't go all Matrix on your fans.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Oh, right. How y'all doing? You know the drill. And you couldn't be more wrong about that.
Well, what do you think then?
Dude, if any game company is worth worshipping, it's Nintendo.
Are you kidding me, man? Xbox is way better. This is not even a question.
No, I'm not. Nintendo is worth all of the praise you're giving Xbox and so much more.
I don't know if you heard, but April Fool's was yesterday, not today. Stop making these jokes.
Just admit it, man. Nintendo is way better than Xbox.
Bro, you are seriously tripping, man. Kid Tendo could never hold a candle to Xbox.
You couldn't be more wrong.
Well then, I guess there's only one way to settle this. A good old-fashioned debate. So let's find out. Which is better, Nintendo or Xbox? The way this debate will be structured is we will have a number of topics that we'll cover. I'll make points for Xbox, and Power Pumpkin will battle for Nintendo. As you guys can see, the topics we're going to have are hardware, OS or operating system, game selection, unique features, and fun factor. And also online multiplayer is included as well. And yes, we're going to go in that order. Alright, to start with hardware, for anyone that even thinks that Nintendo's hardware is better, you seriously have to know absolutely nothing about gaming. The specs are atrocious, it can barely handle an 8-bit Mario game, it's absolutely nothing compared to Xbox. The Xbox can consistently run any game you want up to 4K at 60 frames per second with insane graphics. And on top of that, it looks super sleek. Just look how cool that looks. The Nintendo Switch is basically a DS on crack, with specs that are worse than this BlackBerry.
Alright, that's enough out of you. Alright, don't believe a word this idiot says. The Switch may not be as powerful as something like the Xbox One X, but it's definitely no slouch. The thing is almost as powerful as an Xbox One, and can put out some really crazy visuals. Take a look at some of the best games on the Switch, like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Luigi's Mansion 3. It may not put out 4K, but I mean, neither does the Xbox One X most of the time.
Alright, my turn to cut you off. The Xbox One X can most definitely consistently run a 4K output, with no question, which by the way, is better than any Nintendo console will ever run in the next 40 years. I'm surprised you guys can run HD, considering that pathetic joke of a next-gen console the Wii U was. Look at these graphics from Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It looks straight out of a movie. Also, just look how demanding a game like COD Warzone is. 150 players at the same time in one ultra-realistic world, with buy stations, vehicles, countless loot drops, and bunch of guns, and a bunch of a storm. I doubt the Switch could even run an offline lobby of this game.
Okay, yeah, fair. The Switch's online system is garbage, and we'll talk about that later. And, well, I don't think the graphics are really bad. I actually think they're really good. I gotta hand it to you there. The Xbox One can pump out some pretty great visuals.
So there you have it. Xbox takes the cake for having the better hardware. Not that I ever doubted it. That's 1 point for Xbox.
Oh, wait a minute. That's just round one. We've got a lot more to cover. Oh, please, this one's in the bag.
The Switch's OS is clean, simple, and intuitive. The games are the main reason you would buy a gaming console, so they naturally take up the most space on the OS. Scroll through like a wheel to find all your games. And if you have a lot of games, the last window opens up as an All Apps menu, so you can scroll through that to find what software you're looking for. You can also organize the software by total playtime, by the time you last played it, or by the title or publisher in alphabetical order. The other stuff is there too. To see your personalized feed of game-related news based on the games you own and the games you care about, check this little notification-looking thing for the news channel. To buy new digital stuff, there's the shopping bag for the eShop, the pictures for the gallery, the controller icon for controller settings, and the gear for the settings, and then the power button for sleep mode. It's just super clean, user-friendly, and it doesn't take a guide just to figure out how to navigate it. Not to mention the rest of the consoles. The Wii's interface was just about the most organized thing I've ever seen. I mean, it was immaculate. The GameCube's was also clean and simple, and even the Wii U, that I'll admit wasn't exactly the shining example of good design, even it knew to take a page out of the Wii's book. If you look at the gamepad, it's basically just the Wii menu, but in squares and smaller. The Xbox, on the other hand...
To be fair, it's gotten a lot better. The 360 dashboard was very clean, and the avatars were honestly super sick. You could customize them to be however you wanted, and the game screen can be customized to your own choice as well. I mean, this is a little bit of a ripoff of the Wii, I guess, with the Me thing, but I still think they'd added their own touch, and it worked pretty well. As for the Xbox One screen, it too is pretty good, but I must say, even as a fanboy of the Xbox One, the main screen can get kinda cluttered, and the Switch is cleaner from what I'm seeing, even though I haven't played it. Also, you're lying if you deny the greatness of the Wii startup screen. Those channels were legendary, especially that news channel. Best news channel of the 21st century, no cap.
So there it is. Nintendo gets the upper hand for round 2. On to the game selection.
The game selection for Xbox is actually pretty good. While there are only a few first-party games, the ones that they actually have are actually quite good. You got the Halo series and Gears of War, both fantastic series, by the way. But the main part that I think that Xbox really sets apart from Nintendo are the third-party games. We got the yearly CODs, Maddens, and everything in between. Just the sheer amount of games the Xbox has to offer should be enough to convince someone to join, of all gaming types.
While the Xbox's first-party lineup isn't that bad, it doesn't hold a candle to Nintendo's. You're putting franchises like Halo and Gears of War up against the biggest franchises in all of gaming. Pokemon is the best-selling multimedia franchise of all time. The Legend of Zelda is one of the greatest video game franchises of all time. And of course, there's the face of gaming himself, Mario. The guy made an appearance when they announced the 2020 Olympics were in Tokyo, man. I'd like to see a single Xbox character achieve that. Beyond just the first-party stuff, though, Nintendo isn't lagging too far behind in third-party stuff. You forget that Nintendo basically owned the third-party game throughout all of the 80s and most of the 90s. It's only when we get to N64 that we start seeing some slip-ups. And even then, Nintendo is on a comeback now. We may not get the yearly Maddens or Call of Duties, but we do still get the yearly NBA 2K games, and they're not that watered down for the Switch version. We also get some of the biggest new releases, like Mortal Kombat 11, and the upcoming port of Doom Eternal, which wasn't originally developed for Switch, but it was still set to come out day and date with the rest of the versions. It's only because Switch developers care about making their games really good on Switch that we have to wait a little longer. And plus, while we may not get all the newest and best AAA titles, the Switch is the platform for all indie titles. Cuphead and Ori and the Blind Forest both came to Switch, and things like Hollow Knight, Killer Queen Black, and Shantae are some of the biggest upcoming indie titles. And games like Undertale and the upcoming sequel Deltarune get the most acknowledgement on Switch because of its strong indie service.
Obviously, there's no denying that the first-party titles from Nintendo are fantastic. I don't disagree with that. I don't think any game, company, or developer can ever stand up to the absolute god squad of a lineup Pokemon, Mario, and Zelda have, and there's even more for them. However, there are some older games that you're forgetting about for Xbox, like Crimson Skies. What a fantastic game, but it's an older game, so people don't remember it as much. Also, I think all Nintendo fans are going to be really jealous once Halo Infinite makes its debut. That looks insane. And I think you're forgetting that technically Minecraft is a first-party game. If you want to consider it as one, which I do, since Microsoft has made major changes to the game that have only been for the better, like adding Netherite, then it trumps any Nintendo game that you can ever muster, as in my opinion, it's the best video game of all time, without a question. I do think your Nintendo lineup, though, still gets the win, though. I mean, Nintendo has 4 spots out of the top 10 games of all time. There's really no beating that, even though Minecraft is so good.
That is true, but here's the thing. I personally think Halo Infinite looks fantastic. But I don't think most Nintendo fans really care, considering we have Breath of the Wild, and the sequel coming out soon, and more Smash DLC, and Metroid Prime 4, and so much more. So, another win for Nintendo. This is looking a landslide. On to unique features.
Unique features should be an easy win for Nintendo. Like, come on. I mean...
Not so fast, Cowboy. Xbox has its own share of pretty solid unique features. The ability to seamlessly integrate your PC with your Xbox is a feature that you simply cannot forget. You can see all your messages, join parties, and even stream the Xbox anywhere you want to go in the comfort of wherever you want to play. With the Xbox and PC integration, Xbox has implemented a way for you to record your PC directly through the Xbox app on your PC. This saves a lot of content creators money as it records in great quality and even has a mic capability to record external and internal audio. Not to mention with services like Xbox Play Anywhere and Xbox Game Pass, sharing between your PC and Xbox is not as far as you might think.
Sorry, man, but that's where you're just dead wrong. Nintendo is known across the industry for being different.
They make more than just consoles and games. They make experiences. Think of the first time you played Wii Sports and felt the need to swing the remote like a tennis racket. Think about the first time you picked up a DS and used the touchscreen. Think about the NES, the thing that might as well have created the D-pad. Think about the SNES, that brought shoulder buttons to controllers. And of course, there's the Switch. The whole reason why those things were sold out practically everywhere for the first almost year that they were out on the market was because of the unique feature of it. It's a truly play anywhere console. Sure, you can take your laptop anywhere, but the play anywhere thing doesn't work unless there's somewhere to put your laptop. And that laptop has to be good enough to run those games. The Switch gives you the exact same console experience that can fit into a pocket. It runs at a slightly lower resolution, but it's an otherwise uncompromised experience that can go with you no matter where you go. It doesn't need an internet connection like the PC streaming thing. It doesn't take up much space and can be held in your hands if you really have no table to put it on. It can play the same games the same way. Sure, it won't look as good on the smallest screen since the resolution caps out at 720p, but on that small of a screen, 720p is still plenty. And it's the exact same console experience, just in your pocket.
Dang. I can't even come back from that.
I thought so. Looks like it's another point to Nintendo. What's the next category?
Online.
Oh,
You want to just give this one to me?
yeah.
Well, I might as well just put the nail in the coffin. Let's talk about Xbox Live. Xbox Live parties are a completely underrated feature. They really make gaming with your best friends like you're right next to them on your couch. Also, let's just be honest. No one buys Nintendo for its online capabilities. Sure, the party values of the games are through the roof. But when you're talking about playing with your friends online remotely, Xbox has the upper hand. Xbox has some of the best work in this business. They have some of the best servers also in all of gaming. And that makes sense. They are owned by Microsoft. I'll spit some more facts, but I won this category before you even clicked on this video.
Listen, all I can really say in this category is Nintendo's online isn't as bad as most people say it is. I have had plenty of really playable connections with all my friends, and as long as you and all your friends have good internet, you're gonna be fine. But I mean, in this, it's just no contest. Xbox wins by a landslide.
And the winner is Xbox.
Not so fast. We do have one category left.
You're right. Let's get this over with.
Oh, this one's a cinch. You're really even considering fighting this one when Nintendo has all-time classics like Mario Party, Mario Kart, and Super Smash Bros?
Alright, sure, that's a good point, but I think it's a bit closer than that. Halo is one of the biggest multiplayer games ever, and pretty much created the modern shooter. It's basically the framework for how anyone wants to make an online-based shooter game today and for years to come. Plus, because the servers of Xbox Live and just how good they are, and the other games that we have on Xbox, there's a lot of fun to be had on Xbox.
Okay, fair point. The argument isn't as, one-sided as I thought it would be. But the thing is, all of the games that you made that argument for aren't anything compared to the absolutely amazing times anyone can have with Nintendo. Games like Halo and Gears of War are great. I personally love them, but not everyone can get behind first-person and third-person shooters. And sports games are fun for people. I'm not one of them. Some people like them. But I don't think playing a sports video game is as fun as playing the sport itself. Throwback to, the good old days in the cul-de-sac.
Oh man, dude, that was a lot of fun.
Exactly. And that's the kind of fun that Nintendo provides time and time again. Games like Smash Bros. Are hard to master, yes, but they're super easy to get into. Games like Mario Kart are just plain fun. I know a couple people that can't really get behind Halo. I myself can't really get behind games like NBA 2K, but I don't know a single person that doesn't have a good time playing Mario Kart.
Only a true psychopath would have Mario Kart. I guess another point for Nintendo, as much as it hurts to say it.
As I thought. And now, for the verdict.
And that is the end of the debate, ladies and gentlemen. Nintendo has won a close battle with Xbox. As much as I hate to say it, I would be delusional to not admit Nintendo holds the upper hand on Xbox and probably the rest of the entire gaming universe. If you guys contest this opinion, leave a comment down below. Me and Problumpkin will be down for an old-fashioned YouTube comment throwdown.
Was it really close, though? Nintendo overall just understands that the most important thing about gaming is the games. Yes, the online is trash, and sure, the hardware isn't always up to snuff, but what really matters is the games themselves. And Nintendo just delivers way better than Xbox.
Alright, that's enough of you. Get out of here.
About that, I'm kind of stuck.
Bruh. Well, while you're here, you want to plug your channel and stuff?
Oh, yeah, sure. If you guys don't mind, head over to Powerbomb Gamer to find me and all my content. I do mostly Nintendo content, as you probably could tell by the theme of this video. But I mainly, right now, I'm doing Breath of the Wild, Fire Emblem Three Houses. I was doing Pokemon Sword, and that'll come back soon enough. And I always do videos like this, where I stand in front of a camera and talk to the camera about whatever I'm really interested in. So go ahead, check it out. There'll be a link in the cards and at the end of the video. This was fun. Maybe we should do it again sometime.
Agreed. Maybe on your channel next time.
Sounds good.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and massive shout out to Power Pumpkin for hopping on this video for me. We actually plan on making this video into a series called FaceOff, where we debate 2 highly contested things and make a video. If you guys have any suggestions for that, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.